What's going on YouTube? What's going on Facebook? Welcome back to Big Pat Sports Talk, where I'm gonna talk my talk no matter what nobody thought. And today's subject is the Baltimore Ravens lose to the Buffalo Bills in the divisional playoff round. And sad to say, Ravens fans, you lost. Lamar Jackson didn't have his best game. He went out of the game with a concussion in the third quarter. And I have to say to Lamar Jackson, haters, detractors, they're salivating right now. Sad day for Ravens fans, man. I really thought you guys were going to pull through and beat the Buffalo Bills, but the Bills just proved to be a little too tough on defense for you guys. Justin Tucker, he didn't help. And Lamar Jackson didn't help himself throwing that pick six. When you guys were down 10-3, looking to tie the game up, he throws a pick six. 101 yards. A horrible throw. I don't know what he was looking at on that play. Turned out to be the most crucial play in the game, man. Like I said, it was very windy. It was a very cold, windy game. And I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. My thoughts on Mr. Lamar Jackson. I still consider him a great quarterback. It's just this playoff success, man. The big games for Lamar Jackson, man. He's proven that he can't win in the playoffs. He got one playoff victory this year. That's a step, but to be considered the best quarterback in the NFL, be considered the MVP that he is, he has to do a little bit better, man. He has to play a lot better in big games. I'm just gonna say it here, man. I'm just gonna speak my truth, man. He has to play a lot better in these games, man. You can't throw pick sixes in crucial moments. You just can't do that. He has to be more accurate when he passes the ball. He has to be more conscious when the passing game comes. And I'm going to say this too, Ravens organization. You guys have to get him some weapons around him. He has Hollywood Brown. He has Mark Andrews, but that's about it, man. When teams can stop that running game, it is way too hard for that Ravens offense to move the ball. It's just way too hard, man. He doesn't have any outlets. He doesn't have that receiver that he can count on where he can throw it up, he can go grab it and get that ball, or just get separation on those crucial third downs where there's a 3rd and 8 or a 3rd and 7 where you have to pass the ball. You can't use that dynamic running the way they do. You have to make it to where he can become a passer if he needs to, because that's the formula to beat the Ravens. Now you stop that run game, you stop them from getting those big gashes on you that just run the ball and get first down after first down after first down. You got a hell of a chance to beat the Ravens, man, because if you force Lamar Jackson to be a passer with those weapons he has around him, man, it's too hard for them right now to beat very good teams. It's just plain and simple. You can see it. You have to get this man a legitimate number one receiver. They're having the same issues that my Giants are having. When Daniel Jones can't use his feet, and you press up on those receivers and you force them to make plays, it's very hard for our offenses to get points. It just is, man. You have to get Lamar Jackson a number one receiver. And I'm also going to put the blame on Lamar Jackson, because if you get that touchdown, it's tied 10 up and you got a heck of a chance. But not only do you not get the 6 points, you give 6 points to Buffalo. It's a 14-point turnaround, man. So instead of it being tied up 10-10, now it's 17-3. Come on, man. You got to be smarter than that on the goal line, man. I know There's no questioning about this man's leadership, and there's no question he wants it. No question he wants it. But you got to put weapons around this man, and he has to play smarter football in the red zone. I've seen that this year, man. He gets in that red zone, he gets a little reckless. He wants to win so bad, he wants to make a play so bad that he makes mistakes. I don't know if, the chatter is getting inside his head a little bit. I doubt it, because he's a strong-minded individual. But he is human. He does hear what people say. And I will say this, man, that you can't have that right there. I'm just sorry. You can't have that play right there. That play right there is absolutely not what you needed right there. I'm sorry. You can't have that play right there. You cannot throw it in triple coverage and expect to get the touchdown, and then let them let the defense score a touchdown themselves. You just can't do that, man. You got to be smarter than that. If you got to take the field goal right there and only be down 10-6, it's way better than being down 17-3. So that's on Lamar Jackson right there. He has to play a lot better right there. But real talk, let me talk my talk. This Ravens organization, you got to get this man a legit number one receiver. You got to, man. Give that man the weapons he needs to be successful. It's a great organization, a hell of an organization. And I'm proud of what they did when they drafted Lamar Jackson. They made a system around him for him to be successful. But now you got to open up your horizons. You got to open it up, man. You got to get him a receiver that people fear. They don't fear Hollywood Brown. They don't feel an old Dez Bryant. He's not the X-Man anymore. He's been out of the league 3 years. He's not the X-Man anymore. Just being honest. On the other side, look at what the Bills did. Josh Allen was a below average quarterback before they went and got Stephon Diggs. Look at the stats. This man never had a 300-yard pass in a game. He never threw 4 touchdowns in a game. 1 year, the year that they get Stephon Diggs, this man has thrown 4 touchdown passes or more 4 games and has had 8 300-yard games. That's what a number one receiver does for your quarterback, for your franchise. That's what a number one receiver does. It makes your quarterback a better quarterback. There's nothing Josh Allen has done that's made him just look like a superstar other than getting Stephon Diggs. He's still the same player. He still has that rocking arm, and he's still mobile. It's just that now he has a receiver that he can depend on. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7. Stephon Diggs is getting open. And he zips that ball into him, sure hands. He's going to catch that ball and keep those chains moving. That's what Stephon Diggs does for Josh Allen. And it's making him look way, way better. He looks like a legit Super Bowl winning quarterback now. And that's what a number one receiver does. So the proof is right there in the pudding, man. Get your quarterback a receiver that he can depend on, and he's going to turn into a better quarterback. Period. You think Aaron Rodgers puts up those numbers that he did this year without Devontae Adams, who's an absolute monster? He still puts up good numbers, but he doesn't put MVP caliber numbers up without Devontae Adams. Sorry, he just doesn't. So the talk for the Ravens, man, get that man Lamar Jackson, a number one receiver, and let's see how he progresses. Because he's just 1 year removed from actually leading the league in touchdown passes. So imagine if that man had a number one receiver he can count on when it's 3rd and 8 and they can't run the ball. And he has to get a first down, keep those chains moving. Imagine a Stephon Diggs with the Ravens, a Stephon Diggs type receiver with the Ravens, where you could just depend on, hey, I could throw him a back shoulder throw, or I could depend on him running a exit route across the middle to get that first down to keep those chains moving. That's what that man needs out there in Baltimore. Baltimore GMs, Baltimore ownership. Get that man a number one receiver, and I promise you, he'll be an MVP again, and you'll get you a ring. I promise you, you will. But right now, it's a little too tough, man. He has to do a little bit too much. I'm not saying that he's by himself. I'm not saying that he doesn't have any type of weapon, but he doesn't have a legitimate number one receiver. You get that man a number one receiver, Ravens, and you'll see what that man will do in the playoffs. Yes, I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. I love what the man has done. I love what the man has came to the league, man. He's proved people wrong. And you get him a number one receiver, he's going to prove the world wrong. But right now, man, I have to say there's a legitimate cause for what people say, man. He can't get the big game one. But one of the main reasons is because he has no passing game. He has no number one receiver he could just depend on. When you play those teams like a Buffalo Bills, like a Kansas City Chiefs, he stepped up to beat the Titans this year, but the Tennessee Titans that could stop your run. You have to be able to pass that ball, man. You have to be able to pass that ball to get those chains moving. And that's going to open up the run game even more. It's going to open up the run game for him even more. Now, you can't just run a cover zero and just cover everybody up and force him to throw the ball to covered receivers. You won't be able to do that to Lamar anymore. So now his running game is going to be even more effective, and the passing game is going to be more effective just by getting him a number one receiver that people fear. There's a lot of receivers coming up in this free agency period, man. Y'all go get that man a receiver, bro, because you're holding him back. It's not all his fault. I'm not going to take all the blame away from him because he is the leader of that team, and he has to come through for the Ravens when they need him to come through, and he hasn't done that in big games. I will say that. The people that have a gripe about him not winning in big games, I will give you that. But if you give that man a number one receiver, man, the sky's the limit for this brother, man. And I need to see him to get a number one receiver. Patrick Mahomes has weapons galore all over the field. Aaron Rodgers, a lot of people say that he doesn't have weapons. That's not true. Scantling, Lazard, Devontae Adams, their tight end that they have, man, they have legitimate weapons out there. Aaron Jones, he has weapons out there. They proved that today. Punished the Rams today. Get that man some legitimate weapons. Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, Lockett. Get that man some weapons, man. Even Jared Goff out there in LA with the Rams, he has Woods, he has Kupp, he has Everett, he has Higbee. You have to get this man a number one receiver. Get him a receiver, man. And it make it that much better for people like Hollywood Brown that could be a burner. Because you got another receiver on the other side who knows that can just run crisp routes and just get them chains moving. Have them worry about that. Let them be able to spread that offense out with 4 receivers. And then you bring that run game to the table, man. The sky's the limit. And cut Justin Tucker. He's gone. He's done. He's not the same guy anymore. Cut him. Because he was one of the main reasons why you lost today too, missing 2 field goals. Cut him. He deserves that. He's been out for the past 2-3 years, man. Something's wrong with him. But man, you get that man Lamar Jackson, the number 1 receiver, and I promise you, man, he's gonna shock the world. Literally, he's gonna shock the world, and I hope he shuts everybody up, because this is a great guy. He's a great quarterback, most dynamic player the league has seen in ages. Great arm talent. He can throw that ball. He could throw the ball at different angles. He just doesn't have the help that he needs out there on offense as far as receiver wise. He just doesn't. Just tell the truth about it. I'm gonna talk my talk on that, man. No matter what you thought, that man does not have the help that he needs out there at the receiver position. He just doesn't. Willie Snead, Marquise Brown, Boykins, those people, no shame on those guys. They do well out there, but they're not number 1 receivers. I'm sorry. He doesn't have a number 1 receiver, and that's what's killing the Ravens right now. I know it. I see it on the field. I see it, man. When you get these guys in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, even 3rd and 6, 3rd and 10, they can't beat you because they don't have the weapons to get those chains moving, and that's what's holding them back. Plain and simple. You get that man a number 1 receiver. You see the way Josh Allen has progressed when they got him Stephon Diggs. That's the proof. That's all the proof you need right there. This man has never thrown a 300-yard passing game before Stephon Diggs got there. He's never thrown 4 touchdowns in a game before Stephon Diggs gets there. Stephon Diggs gets there, he does it multiple times. And not just 1 or 2 times with the 300-yard passing game. He did it 8. From 0 to 8. From 0 4 touchdown passing games to 4. That's amazing. What a number 1 receiver can do for your team. Completion percent is around 58%. This man couldn't throw the ball before Stephon Diggs got there. Now Stephon Diggs is there. Now he can throw it all over the field. He's playing like an MVP quarterback. He's playing better than anybody thought that he would. Why? Because he got the help that he needed. Get Lamar Jackson some help, man. Get him a number 1 receiver. And shut these people up about him. And man, that's my take on the Baltimore Ravens, man. Get Lamar Jackson some help and you'll get a ring. I promise you, you will. I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, man. This is Big Pat Sports Talk. I'm going to talk my talk with no matter what you thought. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Like and subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. And hit that bell, man, to get more videos like these, man. That's my take, man. Peace.